What I do is help people, and in intelligent allocation of expertise, the world is a better place when the people who have competency in a given area focus on that area. Now, my biggest competency is in strategic design, and that's the reason that I'm on this job. However, helping people by taking a load off their back is one of the most important things that I do, because I always appreciate it when a professional does that to me. Now, in a situation like this is not my design, and as a result, it's very difficult to get access and maintain. This is an old water feature that's leaking. However, it's the biggest problem that my client has to deal with. And this is something that I can't delegate to a crew member, because there's so many variables that I recall in 25 years of experience that a 5-year crew foreman is not going to have access to. So in this situation, there's a couple of levels of design. The first one is whether to keep the water feature at all. It's not in the best place. It's fairly energy intensive. It's prone to leak. So should we keep the water feature? That's actually the most important question to answer. Now, that partly depends on both how much the water feature is enjoyed and also how much it costs to fix. Now, in this case, we've been able to come up with a $4,500 complete repair package. And because it's a $10,000, $20,000 water feature to install, because it's going to take $4,000 or $5,000 to turn it into something else, the pivot point is to repair the water feature. So then the question is how to go about it. And I, of course, have no technical knowledge of exactly how the installer did things. So I have to kind of deduce that, putting my mind in the eye of the installer and also doing an assessment. So over here, the first thing that I noticed was that this liner, which is obviously being used for a repair at some point, was equal with the spillway, and so water was getting behind the liner. And so the first step is to cut down the spillway and retain the existing liner. And to do these kinds of things, there's a lot of different materials and tools that I only need a few times a year. And so that's one of the balance points of being pretty good at a lot of things, is I'm not doing one thing 8 hours a day constantly. In fact, in 25 years of experience, I've never encountered this exact design of water feature, even though I've encountered hundreds. And so that's part of the creativity, it's part of the interest. How do you solve this problem? And who wants to clean a pond? Not me, but that's part of the package, meaning you don't want to have a separate cleaner when someone's doing your repair. So part of the job is to clean everything out, and my job is to get to know every little nuance of this pool so that water is not being wasted. My job is also to take the client into this process. So on this job, we've lowered this spillway here because it looks like a fair amount of water is leaking out when the water level of the pool is up here. And there are also some hairline cracks in this spillway. And so, in this whole area right here, we're going to put a sealant in place because it's quite hollow underneath, and that suggests where a lot of the water is running out. It's got an auto inflow valve, but this is all gungy and dirty. So we're cleaning this out, and I don't like clients stressing out about variable costs. So what I do is I give flat costs. In this case, it's $3,400 if this is the repair with the waterproofing here and the clean out. And then if we need to reseal this pool down here, then we'll drain it again, dry it, put a new coat on. That's another $1,000. And so those are very clear fixed costs that help clients to relax. Basically, what my job is to take the many uncertain and variable opportunities and jobs that come my way and use my expertise to leave a relaxed client with a job that is going to function. And then step back into my larger role of comprehensive design. How is this area going to be developed over the next 10 years? It's a large property. How can the client lower maintenance? That's really the core strength, but there's relatively few people that can then dive into specific complicated repairs or maintenance. So I'll do that for my existing clients that I'm involved with larger work on. I also do it sometimes, like in January, if it's a slow part of the season and someone has a need and I can do it, I always try to help. So thanks for watching and learning a little bit about what I do.